Hi guys, welcome to this session in Google Sheets. In this module I want to show you how you can create a rolling 6-month chart. So on the screen you can see there I've got some data and a chart. Now if I change the date in this cell here to, for example, August 2022, this will just show me from July back 6 months, and this graph is looking at this data, so it will just change. If I just do that, Aug 22, when I press enter, the chart has just gone back July, June, etc, etc. If I put that to Sept 22, press enter, that's just going back from September, showing August, July, June, etc, etc. So whatever you put in there in the trigger month, depending you've got any data, depending whether you've got any data, it will show you that last 6 months. Now how have I done this? First of all, the date is formatted to just show the month and the year. Next to that I've got the end of month or EO month function, which is just minusing 1 off each previous cell. That's how that's working. I'll redo this in a second. And then on this cell I've got the SUMIF function, which basically is looking along B1, which is the dates, all the way to the end. So if there's a whole row, you go all the way to the end. It's looking for what's in cell G4, August, in this example, this one. And then when it finds August, it's just adding up the figures in B2. So August is 2211, 2211. So that's basically what it's doing. So I'm just going to recreate this from scratch. So I'm just going to delete everything off. So if I delete all of this, highlight these SUMIF functions, I'll leave the trigger there, delete that, get rid of the chart, and I'll leave the sales figures in there, but I'll delete the month figure like so. So we've got it clear like that, and I'll delete this as well. And then if I just put today's date in there, so it's formatted incorrectly, so I don't have it formatted right. So I'm doing control semicolon for today's date, and then it's picking that up November 30, so it's the 30th of November. I don't want that format like that. So what you need to do to get the date format to show it how I had it is you go to format number, and then in there you've got custom date options. So you've got month. I don't want that, so I'm just going to right click on that and delete it. Left click on it, should I say, delete. So what I want there, if I drop this arrow down, you've got different options. I want the year, so let's have a look at that, apply that. So it's now gone November 2022, and I do the same for that one. So just go back up to format, so do it again, number, across and down into custom date and time. Get rid of that one, just delete it, and then add the year from there, year, so August 30, apply. So we've got that. Now what I need to do is use the end of month function to come off this by 1 month. So that's just equals EO month, open the bracket on that, click on the cell that you want to look at, which is that one, comma, and then -1 is what I need, 1 month from that, and then press enter on that, and it comes up with the same format, and then you can just pull that back to where you want it to go. That's okay. And then I'll do the same on that one, so it's going to be equals end of month, open the bracket, start date is that, comma, -1, close the bracket, press enter. So that's done that one, October. Then I can pull that back. So let go of that a bit too soon. Back to December it's going. So that's all set up how I want it. Now I need to use the SUMIF function. So I'm clicking into this one. So when you type equals SUMIF, open the bracket, the little help comes up, it wants the range. So I'm looking along these dates all the way to November. Now that needs to be $sign, so I'll just press F4 on that, comma, so it needs to be locked because I'm going to pull that across, and if I don't lock it, it'll show me the wrong range. So I'm looking for that date, so B4, comma, and if I find B4, in this example, which is May, I want to add up these figures like so, and they need to be $signed as well. So just press enter on that. So May 22 is 5,000, 5,000. Yeah. So I can pull that across like so. So now if I change the trigger, so if I go for October 22, it goes back September, August, July, etc. So that's working. So now this is what I need to base my chart on. So insert chart, and I want a column chart. It's coming up with a line chart, but I can change that to that one. So then just move that down a little bit, and you can expand it if you want. So if I change this date again, if I go for August again, August 22, the chart reflects that. Now if I want the labels on the chart, if I just click on this and then go for series, so I've just right clicked on this, go for series and then column 1, and if I come down a little bit, it gives you the option for data labels. For the series 1, there's only one series, so that's how I want that. So now everything's working, the graph's picking it up. Got a mistake there somehow. Okay, for some reason the formula didn't copy across, so I need to just pull that one across. One more. Okay, so that's now working. I've got August in there. 11/12 August. Sorry, that's September. 11/12 and 2/21 August. Yeah, so it's picking it up. And if I change that, just double check this. If I change that to August 22, yeah, it's putting the data in. So that's okay. It's all working. Now you can use named ranges for this instead of $signs. So I've got $signs in this SUMIF function, but if I just highlight this row 1, so I've highlighted the whole row, and then in the name box, if I just call that dates, press enter on that, and then if I highlight row 2, call that sales, I should be able to change these formulas to reflect that. So instead of that with $signs on, I should just be able to put dates, and instead of that with $signs on, I can put sales. Still comes up with Feb 22, same figure, still works. Don't have to worry about $signs. And pull that a bit too far, just undo that. Pull it along there to there. Okay, so if I just test this, so if I go September 22, August 2211, it's working, but we've named ranges as opposed to cell references with $signs. It even looks tidier to look at. So that's all I want to show you in this little video, how you can create a rolling 6 months chart using Google Sheets. So thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.